This is Talks with Tess. Have a good ride getting great values. This is Talks with Tess. This is Talks with Tess. Have a good ride getting great values.
Hello, my people. This is the face of the big Tess of Talks with Tess. Yes, as always, thank you very much for joining Talks with Tess. And this is the first time I'm putting my face right here on Talks with Tess. This is the first time I decided to put my face out. This is a new year, new things. And this is a brand new episode of Talks with Tess. If this is your first time joining Talks with Tess, what we do here is very simple. We just talk about the simple, everyday matters of life and, of course, possible means of having maximal living. That is to live the best of our lives, right? So, the last episode we had last year, where we talked about what you have to do quick. Yeah, we upgraded that primary school rhyme we used to sing of what you have to do quick. So the big test, I upgraded it to tick tick says the clock, what you have to do quick, do well, and do now. So the last episode, we mostly focused on what you have to do well. And we talked about different means with which you can do those things that you really want to do, on how to do well. So on this episode, I'm going to be focusing on what you have to do now. Do now, yes, because there is actually no time. That quote of you only live once, bro, you also only die once. So whatever it is that you have to do, you actually need to do it now. The way those motivational speakers would say it now, they'll say that the second best time for you to start anything is now. So whatever it is that you have to do, especially if you have the means, you have the resources, you have the strength, you have the capability to be able to achieve those things, please do them, do it now. Don't even waste time at all about it. And that's like another means of saying that you shouldn't procrastinate, right? That whatever it is that you have to do, you should actually do it now. So that is in addition to whatever you have to do, you should do well. Yes, so while you are doing it well, ensure that you are doing it now. So don't go and now think about the fact that you want to overdo it well, then you will not now end up doing it. You get? So that's the whole gist of what we're talking about today. Yes, so if you do not know my name, I am Teresa Oga, and of course I'm an excellent writer. I'm a creative. What else do I do? Of course, I make wigs. I make beautiful and amazing wigs. You can see how more beautiful I look because I'm rocking my wig from Tess Hair. Yeah, so and I really love to connect with people via conversation. People that know me, people that are my friends, they really know that I really love conversations, and that is why I'm also conversing with you right here. So let's just get to it straight on. Whatever it is that you have to do, I'll just go straight to the point on how to achieve them, right? The first one that I actually have in my head, which is also the same points. If you read, there was an article I wrote earlier this year. I posted it on Substack, I posted it on Medium. Just search for Teresa Oga on these two platforms. And there I talked about the fact that whatever it is that you have to do, like those big dreams, you should break it down. So whatever that you have to do, like those big things that you have to do, actually break it down bit by bit, and pick those activities that you have to do, and start doing them bit by bit. Because how do they even say that you cannot a pyramid was not built in a day. It took years for that pyramid to be built. So it's also the same way. Whatever it is that you have to do, take your time and break it down to do it. It's just like you want to educate a child. You know, there is a scheme of work. You break it down. This week we are going to handle this. The next week we are going to handle this and handle that. So whatever dream or whatever, anything at all, if you are going to, even down to basic your house chores, break it down to do them one after the other. Maybe today you are going to wash your toilet clean. The next day you ensure that you sweep every corner of your room, all those things. Just break them down. Say for instance, you want to wash like a very big heap of clothes. You can start first of all with the bright colors before you move down to the dark colors. It goes on and on like that. That whatever it is that you have to do, you should actually do it now. Do it now by breaking them down. So when you're breaking it down, you'll be able to pick. So one of a very typical example that I gave was that if, for instance, you had a plan at the beginning of the year to read like 52 books, or rather 50 books, that was what was in my article. Say if you have a plan to read like 50 books, you can just go ahead and break it down week by week. That this week, Teresa Oga, I must read a book. You dig? Or say you want to read 24 books in a year. So you'll be like, this week, I, Teresa Oga, I'm going to read 2 books in a month. You get? So that way you're already breaking it down and you see that whatever it is that you have to do, you are ending up doing it now. So another tactic at all that works for me is that I eat the frog, according to Brian Tracy. She said in her book that you should eat the frog. Eating the frog means that you're starting from the most difficult or the most boring task that you have to do. And that's because you are going to do it when you have the strength to do it. So that thing that you want to do, start with the difficult one. Don't just go, maybe if you don't go ahead to be doing the simple task or the ordinary things that even when you're sleeping you can get to do them. You dig? So you are going to use the best of your strength to do that which you want to do. So you start with the Herculean task, you start with the ones that are boring before you can now proceed into doing the ones that are less should I say that are less difficult. Yes, that are less difficult. You dig the old gist. So the next thing actually that you should be doing after eating the frog is to start with the things that you know. Start with the ones that you know, the ones that you're more familiar with, into the things that you do not know. I don't know if you get the old gist. Again, I'm going to make use of I would make use of writing again. Rather, I would make use of reading as an example because reading is part of my lifestyle. So I'm going to make use of reading, right? So if you want to start reading books, I really encourage everybody, like people around me, I usually encourage them to have a book, have something they are reading, newsletters, newspapers, articles, books. Just read something. I mean, read something every time. So I usually encourage it. So permit me if I'm talking about reading too much. That's because if you are listening to me and you're not reading, I want you to start reading. If you are listening to me and you usually read, I want you to read more. Right? Good. So for instance, if you want to start reading, you want to have this culture of reading all the time, you can start by reading things that you enjoy. You can start by reading a story that you know. It's probably been a long time since you read it before you now proceed into reading those big books. I remember that one of my favorite books when I was younger was Who the Crown Fits. Before we now moved into Echoes of Art Time, you can remember all those books we read in our literature days. I mean, those books, they were really interesting. Who the Crown Fits, Echoes of Art Time, and The Gods Are Not to Be Blamed. All those books. And of course, before moving from those simple books, I was now able to graduate into reading all those romance books, those fat books. And then later on, I got bored of romance at some point, and then I started reading thrillers, I started reading crime fictions, and the rest of them. Now I can read big books. It doesn't like that's because it's something that I've been able to I've been able to grow that character right from things that I know. So you should start from things that you know. Start from the known to the unknown. And this also reminds me of one of my lecturers from my uni days. He usually says that you start from the known to the unknown. That means that if, for instance, if you want to start doing anything that you have to do, you start at least from what you know into moving to the unknown. Let me make use of my make use of learning a skill. For instance, if you want to learn how to let's say you want to learn SEO copywriting, you want to learn how to write, or you are doing SEO copywriting, you know, first of all, that you should be able to scribble something down. First of all, that is going to catch the interest of someone. You should be able to scribble something down before you now proceed into making use of all those keywords, making use of all those head words, main words, and the rest of them. You get? Or before you start making use of the premium features, or you start making use of all those CMS tools. So that's how it actually operates. You start from the known to the unknown. I believe that with this few points of mine, you'll be able to start doing whatever it is that you want to do now. So let's go together. Tick tick says the clock. What you have to do quick, do well, do now. My people, have a very, very lovely time ahead of whatever it is that you have to do, doing them well, doing them quick, and of course, doing them now. Thank you very much for joining Talks with Tess. And believe me, you're going to be seeing more of my faces. How many faces do I have? Believe me, you're going to be seeing more of my face these days. You're going to be seeing more of my face these days, so that I can connect one on one. I can connect one on one with you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please let us connect. Kindly comment, subscribe, share your opinion here with us on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. And Also, let us connect as well on other socials. Let us connect on Twitter. Let us connect on Facebook and on Instagram. I am Test Content on Instagram. I am Test Content on X. And of course, I am Teresa Oga on Facebook. Ciao, ciao, my people. Bye.
This is Talks with Tess. This is Talks with Tess.